Like all of the other business owners, entrepreneurs, experts, leaders out there in the world who have been searching for the perfect AI tool. If I see one more ad that tells me I'm going to give you the top 1,000 AI tools that you should use to make your business more effective, more efficient, and to bring you more sales, I swear, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to tell you today that the search for the perfect AI tool is actually over because you can create your own AI copywriting tools. Now, let me tell you, when I first heard that this was possible, I kind of didn't believe it. I thought it may be too good to be true. I even actually tried some things and then I threw them all away until I heard about the tool that I'm going to share with you today. So, if we've never met before, my name is Molly Mahoney. Hey, let me know if you're watching live or in the chat. We help people just like you to AI-ify to AI-ify your business. And I'm so excited about today. We have some of the highfalutin team members, the CEO and the COO of one of my favorite AI tools. FormWise is the tool that we're going to be using today. And we are going to dive into all of the possibilities. And before they actually join us on camera, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of a story. So let me know that you're here live. Let me know where you're watching from. Have you actually used FormWise before? And if you're already out there, like searching for it, Googling it, all of those things, whoa, look at that. I'm going to show you something cool, which is, watch this. I I clearly don't go live as much as I used to because I don't know how to use the internet. But this little guy that's coming across the screen, that is where you can actually try this tool if you'd like to, as we are going through everything that we're going to do today. We actually already did a full training on this for our Content Club members. And what we did was we helped our members to actually build their own AI copywriting tools. So if you were on that show or if you were on that training with us, let me know below. If you are in the Content Club, let me know below. I am so excited about this. And I'm just going to give you a little history of how I found this tool. Then we're going to bring up Sean and Javi, who are going to take us behind the scenes, show us all of the goodness, let us know what's coming on the horizon. One of the things that I love about bringing on members of the team of these awesome tools is that they can tell us kind of what's going to happen into the future. So I know we're going to be able to sneakily pick Sean's brain, and he doesn't know how much magic he's going to share with us in just a moment. So when I was first aware of the fact that you could build your own AI tools, I got so excited and I started searching everywhere all over the internet to figure out how I could do this in a way that was easy without needing to like use a bunch of code or download an app like Bubble or something like that, Webflow, where I was actually needing to build a whole website. When I found FormWise, it was like the perfect solution because what it basically does is it allows you to create a form that people can enter their information in. And then on the backside, you get to hide the prompts that you want to use in order to create amazing copy. And it really is like magic. Before I go too deep into it and let you know some of the case studies of what we've done, I'm actually just so thrilled to be able to bring on Sean. So I'm going to have Sean jump in and tell us a little bit about FormWise from the company perspective so that you can learn a little bit more. So get ready to give Sean a huge, big welcome. And I also want to let you know that next week, we are going to be doing a training on how to fully AI-ify your business. So not just on the copy side, not just on your marketing, but also how to weave AI into your offers, how to weave AI into your SOPs on the back end so that you're able to streamline the systems for you and for your team, how to weave AI into your sales. And so if you would like to join us for that upcoming training, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to put this on the screen. Just type in the word ready. I'm going to write it here. It's kind of crazy the way that you have to write it. Okay. You got to spell it right. Just like this. You're going to write AI-ify. There's a little dash in the middle of it. Otherwise, my team won't know to come to you. So see this little word AI-ify on the screen? You're going to type AI-ify in the chat below, and then we'll get you access to this upcoming training. I've also been working on, it's like 10 pages long so far of exactly what it takes to fully AI-ify your business. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun. Okay, now as we bring Sean on, AI-ifying your offer is one of my favorite things to do. And this really allows you to kind of widgetize what it is that you're selling. It gives you something tangible that you can add in to your offer for your clients, whether you're selling physical products or services. It's a great addition to your product suite. And it's also really great as a lead magnet. So, Sean, are you ready to come on? Oh, yeah. Okay. Sean had no idea what he was getting into with my crazy face today. Hooray. Welcome.
What is up, Molly? Thanks for having us on. I'll let you know, Javier, our COO, will be on in a few minutes. He's having some technical difficulties. Don't we all, right?
It's all right. I
So
know.
obviously, we're not the prepared performers,
I got
or we
you.
would already have this figured out. Like, I love this new streaming software you got. So after the show, send me the link to this because I want
Yeah.
to check this
We're
out.
using Restream today, which makes it super fun. And then Sean had this backdrop thing here. So we created this backdrop also. Watch, Sean and I can both disappear. Here, I'm going to make us disappear. You can see the little FormWise robot.
So let me tell you the quick story that
Okay.
we, because we've been growing so fast with FormWise that like we're Zoomers, so we're on Zoom all the time. So it's like, we're going to make one of those. We made it. And then as soon as we show up today for this, we're like, oh crap, we can't use background. So you see my beautiful plain wall behind me, which is fine because remember guys, done is better than
It
perfect,
is.
right?
That is our motto here.
Yeah.
So you are so right.
So my name is Sean Greenway. I'm the CEO of FormWise, and we started the company early this year based on really necessity because I'll give you a little quick background if it's okay,
Okay, I'm
Molly.
excited. I love knowing this
We're
kind of stuff. So it's so good. Yeah.
we're in the HighLevel community. Point to my hat here. We've been with HighLevel for since November of 2019, so we're some of the OGs
I love it.
in the community. So over the years, because of going to events, the summit, knowing all the ownership there, the top
Will you
management,
be
I
at the
mean,
summit
a
this
lot of
year?
absolutely. Were you there last year, Molly?
I was not, but do you know what I'm doing this year?
You were
I'm
speaking.
speaking at the HighLevel Summit, which I'm so excited about.
We
Really,
saw
really
that.
excited
I
about.
saw that.
Yeah.
So the summit. Anybody that's listening, if you're in HighLevel, I think it's already sold out, but you're
It
going to
just
be
sold out
missing.
yesterday.
I got to, I was on the SaaS panel. I got to speak on the SaaS panel last year at the first ever global summit. It was an amazing experience. They put on a heck of an event. Wait till you see the festivities at nighttime. I won't even give it away if anybody that's hasn't been to one yet, but it's amazing. So we love HighLevel. And because of being in the community, going to all these events, meeting great people like Molly and all the other ones in the community, we just started like finding things, because every time HighLevel comes out with something, they have the skateboard method, right? Skateboard, then bicycle, then motorcycle, then car before it's really good. And sometimes as marketers and entrepreneurs are like, we ain't got time to wait
Yeah.
6 months for this to be perfected. Let's do something on our own to plug in to the system. So what we come up with about 6-7 months ago, as soon as AI really got cranking GPT and everybody started using it, we started a smaller version, if
Okay.
you will, of FormWise, and then it morphed into more than that because the original version was where people in the community were coming to us and buying it and iframing it into their HighLevel accounts. And then we realized the bigger use for that. So now here we are,
Okay.
FormWise.
And let's actually, can we just, because some of our members are super techy and some of our members are super human-y. So
Yeah,
so I'm gonna kind
I'm
of
the human
bridge the
one.
gap in some of that. So some of you may not be familiar with HighLevel. I'm assuming most of you are. If you're in our mastermind, Social Sales Stars, we actually have our own version of HighLevel. It's called Star Funnels. It's very cute and very effective. And we are actually, Sean, in the middle of a full relaunch of it. So we're kind of rebuilding some things behind the scenes. And next week, we're reopening our brand new version of our Star Funnels tool, which is built on
Mhm.
HighLevel. So what Sean just described is actually what I first did with FormWise. So basically, you can actually take the code from, and I'm going to pull it on up. You can take the code from within FormWise, and then you can, I'm going to show you, this is a really janky version. Okay. Can I show you but it just like shows that
Need to
anybody, this is
see
a
it.
skateboard.
Come on.
Okay.
Don't be scared. Don't be
Don't be scared.
scared, as we say.
Okay. So This is what I built by doing exactly what Sean just described. So this is a page that I built inside HighLevel, which you could do inside lead pages or anything that allows you to put stuff into a website, right? Now, what I did here is I took this little toolkit that I created inside FormWise, and we have a system inside our program called the three-step social shuffle. It's kind of hard to say. The three-step social shuffle, which consists of 3 different types of social posts that you put out every week. And in here, you can do the exercises that we do in order to create these different posts. And those of you that are in our content club, you know that we always focus on the buying beliefs of our ideal client. So I can open this up, I can answer these questions, and then FormWise will pull the prompts that I've hidden behind the scenes and answer the questions for our members. So our members now have a resource, a tool to be able to do the strategies that we teach at a more rapid pace. And what I did here is literally just taking the code. Oh, Javi's here. Hooray. What I did here was I literally just took the code from FormWise and I plopped it in, embedded it within an iframe, which is what, when Sean was saying they iframed it in, that's all I did. Like the easiest, literally the easiest thing ever. But now it integrates with HighLevel, correct?
Yeah.
That is, yes. Hey guys.
Hey, are you able to get your camera on, or are you stuck?
I am stuck with the camera. Yeah, I have no idea. The computer is working just fine. Like right before I was going to log in, and then started having issues. But yes, so the HighLevel, we are working on a very deep HighLevel integration where you'll be able to pull in custom values from your snapshot to map them into your tool. Don't know how much you went into the actual tool building.
We didn't
itself.
do anything yet. So
okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So I can share my screen. I mean,
perfect.
do you want me to do a fresh demo, or do you want me to just dive in straight into the tool sets?
I would love you to start from the very, very beginning, because we have some members, and for those of you that are in the Content Club or in Sales Stars or in Glam, our membership programs that we have, we did a workshop a couple weeks ago where we dug way deep in, and I am honestly so selfishly grateful to have you here with us today to be able to answer questions that our members had. And
Absolutely.
then I want everybody to know that if you're in one of our memberships, we're actually doing another deep dive into this on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. where we're going to get into the brainstorming of like what would go into this. But I think it's really cool if you can show us kind of from the top what would be possible. Mm-hmm. And one other thing that I'll share is that sometimes when we look at these like screen shares and stuff of tools like this, because I am obviously helping you to market your business, it sometimes looks like this will only work for other marketers or other business owners. But my favorite case study that we created with one of our clients so far is Charmaine. And I don't know if she's here, but Charmaine helps the parents of kids who have different learning things that they go through, who have what's called an IEP for their school, the way that they actually are taught and learn. And she helps the parents to be able to communicate with the schools. Well, Charmaine took a form that she uses where she asks the parents questions about what they would like to communicate to the teachers and the school system. And it spit out this amazing letter to the parents, empowering them to feel more confident in the way that they communicate to the teachers about their kid. And it literally brought tears to my eyes. It was so awesome. So I just want you to know that there is so much possibility with this as we're diving in.
That is such an awesome use case, Molly. It reminds me of another one of our users that's in Australia, also a teacher, teaches, particularly people with autism, and her use case was building basically a toolkit because as AI, as marketers, our low-hanging fruit is generating copy, sales materials, things to sort of help us with our marketing campaigns. But there's a lot of vertical micro niche use cases where you can again wrap those prompts, wrap those entire conversations, and wrap them into a tool for your end user. And what this teacher did is she built a whole tool set of basically teaching plan generators, quizzes, ideas for the autistic children for her. Basically, what she gated it, and we'll go a little bit deeper on how to gate these tool sets. If you
cool.
intend to
Yeah, I would love
them.
that.
And but yeah, that's such an awesome use case. Thank you for sharing that, because it's for us, copy's like, oh, that's the easiest thing to use prompts for, but there's so much more, and we'll explore some use cases. I'll share some cool like use cases I've seen in just the demos I've done. So
Cool.
awesome.
And
So
for those of you, like, as we jump into this tech stuff, know that there really is a lot of value in the brainstorming piece behind this. So, so don't be scared by the tech that we're going to show you today, and don't worry about like not jumping in at the right moment. So, Melissa, we're going to work. I see your question. We're going to work on the brainstorming piece on Saturday. So there's nothing else you need to do to prepare for that. And if you have questions, as Javi shares his screen, just drop a Q in front of your
yep.
comment in the chat, and we'll come back to those. Hey, also, can we give something away? Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do
so
it.
I have
A new car.
we're
A
gonna give away
Tesla.
a new car.
Yeah.
I have a really amazing children's book that I wrote all about unlocking your own awesome. So we're gonna give away a copy of that today. And all you have to do to enter to win is drop the hashtag nugget in the chat and share what the nugget is that you're taking away. So I'm sure you've already gotten some nuggets. So drop the hashtag nugget in the chat as Javi shares his screen right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
Javi, let me say this before we get started on that. Guys, just know too that don't be scared about anything seen here, because I'm not a technical guy at all, but we've created this in such a way, almost like a drag and drop, if you're familiar with stuff like that. It's very low code, no code. Because if I can use it, I guarantee you anybody can use it. Molly understands what I'm saying, right?
Definitely. So it's so easy, and it's just kind of understanding what the objective is, and you're going to see so many possibilities here.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So can everybody see my screen? That's the number one priority. Sean,
Yes,
Molly.
Yep.
we
Perfect.
got
I can
Awesome.
see it.
All right. So yeah, I'll start from the beginning, like the fundamentals of what the FormWise platform is. There's a ton of use cases, but I'm going to just show exactly how to build a simple Facebook ad generator. Okay. So the whole premise behind FormWise is to basically put the power of AI back into the hands of marketers and business owners. So in this case, we're going to build a new tool. We're going to start by naming the tool. We're going to call this Facebook Ad Generator. And the whole premise of FormWise, again, is you take any prompt you would traditionally use in ChatGPT, any conversation you've had with ChatGPT, and you wrap that into a tool that you can then use internally. You can add it to your website if you're going to collect leads, or you could give it to your end users. So for marketers, this is quite easy because you could have your client fill out an entire form about their business, and then on the back end, you run it through all the prompts that you would go and plug into ChatGPT anyways. So in this case, we're just going to build a simple Facebook ad generator. And let's just say we want to add this to our website. So I'm going to want to collect an email. This isn't going to be part of the prompt because the prompt doesn't need an email, but this is just for your sake so you know who's using your tool. We're going to make that required. And we're going to change the response ID to email. This will come into play later when we're prompt injecting. So that'll make sense a little bit later. So we're going to ask here, what is your email?
and this is just like you would do on a Google form or Jot form or something like that.
Right. It's just like building a form, whether it's yeah, exactly, like a Jot form, Google form, any type of form building software you've used in the past. So we're going to add a question here that our end user is going to engage with to give us information. So in this case, I want to know, uh, you know, let's do, come on, backspace. Let's do, what is your business name? And we'll add another question here. We'll ask, uh, what is your industry? Okay, and we're going to update those response fields again. We'll make both of these required because we need to make sure they input something. Business name.
And again, like Javi said, this response ID will be helpful in the future because you're going to create a prompt on the back end that pulls their answers in very much like Mad Lib style.
Right. Yeah. It's just like merge fields or variables or anything if you've ever used anything like that. We're going to name this industry. Okay. And we're going to update the submit button to say generate. Okay. And on the right, we have a lot of the traditional form settings where, we have, again, like I said a little bit earlier, some people are using these as onboarding intake forms. So they don't really want to show the AI output upon response. This is great if you just want to analyze the data that you're collecting in your form and run it through a prompt. So you can always redirect people to your thank you page or to another part of the portal, or just treat it like a regular form where
Or
it
you
just
can
submits
also
information.
say, great, like this is what Charmaine was going to do with hers, because she didn't want, because it's such a sensitive subject, she didn't want to have the response generated right away. Instead, she said, great, we're working on it. We'll send it to you within 24 hours. So you don't have to give them the response right away. You can have them wait and then let them know like they're excited about this thing that's going to be coming for them. Right. So
Yeah.
you can then
Mhm.
take it and edit it because you'll see the AI response on the back end.
Right, right. Yes, yes. All of the responses are always stored in the back end. And speaking of responses, a lot of people are asking, well, what if I want to send this over to a different integration, maybe a webhook, Zapier? Those are more advanced use cases, and we can dig into those a little bit later. But we do have that capability where you're able to send both the response data and also the AI outputs that you're going to get once someone hits generate and they get the results. So that is available. And of course, for this specific example, I'm going to want to turn on the display results. I can choose the display estimated time as well. So, it can sort of, you know, it's a little gamification of, hey, we're building, XYZ answer, and it's about to spit it out. And then, of course, FormWise.AI branding, this can be turned off. That way it's fully white labeled. So,
So literally everyone will think that you've created your own AI tool. Like you have your own, like Jasper has been my boyfriend in the past, you guys know, but this way you can have your own Jasper. Shh.
yeah, and I can't name drop any names, but I see it now on Facebook ads. There's certain coaches out there that have built their entire coaching platform using FormWise,
Correct.
like their entire playbooks, frameworks, lead magnets. They even share, some of them share their toolset links, which we'll talk about later, because you are able to share templates in between FormWise accounts, which will actually give you guys a toolset template at the end of the call as well. I forgot to tell Molly, but I can give that if
Amazing.
you guys sign up. So that way you guys get a bunch of tool templates ready to go. So now let's actually jump into the fun part, right? Because this is just building a form, right? We're gonna want to click on Prompt Builder on the left side, and this is really where the magic happens, because this is where we're adding the engine that powers the tool, which is just a prompt. And all a prompt is just natural language instructions to the AI engine to do what we want it to do. So it's just like speaking to a gifted child almost. So we're just telling it, oh, let's do, I need a Facebook ad copy for my business. Below are some of the details. And then we'll do, let's do, for some reason my backspace button is not working. Please, man, too
All
many
kind of
technology.
technical difficulties
Yeah,
today.
I
Bear with us.
cannot believe. Yeah, I cannot believe what's going on. It's like something's preventing me.
I'm sure it's
Uh,
my fault. I always have technical difficulties, so we're good.
I apologize, guys. And it's not even a platform thing. I literally cannot do a backspace for some reason. It's like, what in the world is going on? Um, please, um, give me 1 second. Please make it at least 250 words, and then we'll do a, this is my business name. We're going to hit the @ symbol and we're going to plug in the business name. We're going to do, this is my industry. Now, for a lot of tools, like I mentioned coaching earlier, depending again your use case, your industry, some people build tools like specifically for a end user, like specifically for a client. So the prompt on the back end, you can include all your client's information. That way
And
your
can you
client doesn't have to
actually
put
just
that.
show I don't know if this is on here. Like, see the data sources section. So we talk a lot about seasoning our AI assistant. So the same way that in ChatGPT, where you can have custom instructions, this is where you can load in, like, we have very specific kind of proprietary things that we teach in our programs, but I then can create inside that data source, it can pull from all of the information. Like, this prompt that Javi's creating is obviously, as you can see, very basic, right? It's still going to be really cool in a tool, but you can make it super unique to exactly what it is that you're doing. And I think that's really the benefit of becoming a true expert at the way that you write these prompts and the way that you season the AI assistant, so that it really is a unique tool, not just some like whatever thing on the internet. You know, you can make this completely customized. And then when your clients or your customers or your leads fill in the information, it makes it customized to them too. So it's a complete game changer. Just like one of the things that you do when you AI-ify your business, it is magic.
Correct. Yes, and I actually have an example. We actually work with a franchise, and we actually built them a tool that would help them write their email newsletters on the fly, with their brand voice, with their specific studio manager, like having the signature. So it's like basically just plug and play. Just tell us the theme, and it generates the email. So I'll show that example as well. I think that would be a great example to show.
Awesome.
So once we finish with the instructions, we want to choose an AI engine. You have everything from Ada, which is the quickest, to GPT-4. Now, a lot of people will believe that the engines are just progressing in capability as they come along, but all these engines have their pros and cons. For example, GPT-3 is actually the most capable GPT-3 model. It is trained on the largest data set. It can reference a lot of niche things. However, it needs a lot of nuance and instructions. GPT-4 needs less nuance, but it's not trained on as many things, and it's also the slowest. GPT 3.5 is like a good mix in the middle. Then you have Turbo 16K, which is like for producing articles. I've seen some incredible SEO tools that have been built on FormWise that basically do all the research up front with all the SEO to build it around the avatar pain points, and then it extracts the keywords, and then it starts building articles, all in just one form.
Can I ask you a question here? This
Yeah,
is actually super helpful. So
yeah,
this is one thing when we were doing we're going to do like 3 actual workshops on this in our program, because when we did the first one, I jumped in and like went into the API stuff, and loads of people's brains broke and they fell out of their chairs. So with this piece, just so everyone understands, you're actually pulling from a different AI, like learning model, right? This is pulling
right.
from the different models that you could access within ChatGPT, and all these different things are nuanced. Do you have a list of like explaining what these different versions, the pros and cons? Because I think that's really helpful information.
Yes, I think we do in our knowledge base. I'll try to link it here in the chat, or I don't know
Okay.
if Justin is on. Sean, Justin can do that. But yeah, yes. I mean, if it's the first time you're building a tool, just go with GPT 3.5 Turbo. I mean,
Great.
it's basically 99% of the time, especially for copy, this works great. So we're gonna save the personality, and we'll also touch on data sources if you want to
Can we
add.
just one other thing
Yeah,
really quick? I'm so
sure, sure.
sorry.
No, no,
Okay,
no,
I
no, that's
keep
good.
interrupting.
It's good. It's good.
Okay. And I also just want to say, those of you, I know you can't see Javi's face here, but I have been so grateful for the detailed information that you have shared with me. Like, I'm just super grateful for how helpful you are.
Mhm.
And this piece right here, it's called a personality, which is something that I honestly got a little confused about when I first started using this. The personality is the same thing as a prompt, correct?
Right, correct, 100% correct. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
so we're actually sunsetting the personality thing, and it's just gonna be called prompts in the future,
Okay, so
so
just
yeah,
know when you're in there, if you see prompt or personality, it's the same exact thing. And it's really like creating this voice that it's going to write in, but it's the specific output that you're looking for comes through this personality or prompt.
right, correct.
Awesome. If you are watching this and you're here with us live or you're in the replay, let me know what your nuggets are below. I see we have some minds that are blown. It's only going to get better from here. So keep going.
Yes. Yeah, I promise I will show the most like the coolest tools. Yeah, this is just a very simple example. So we're gonna name the prompt because if you do have other tools, you can always bring in your old prompts in here, so that way you don't have to start from scratch. I started from scratch, but if I wanted to, I could have pulled in my Alex Hermosi copywriter I have prompt. So that is a option. So you don't have to start from scratch every single time. So we're going to save the personality. And again, we want to make sure that prompt is the one selected. So the display title, this is what my end user is seeing while they wait for the AI output to get spat out. So we're going to say, here's your Facebook ad copy. Okay, super simple. Again, we want to make sure display result is on, and we're ready to go ahead and publish it. And we can hit the little I and actually preview it. So we're going to actually preview and test our tool. So what is my email? Just going to put a random email, business name. Let's do Joe's Ice Cream and
Just notice
Surf
how clean this
Shop.
is, that even just like this, if all you did was have this little link like this, you don't have to embed it into anything else. It still looks, it's a really great thing that you can use in a million different ways, whether it's internally for your team to make things more efficient, or whether it's, sharing it with clients.
Okay, something simple, just did something random. Joe's Ice Cream and Surf Shop. Don't know if that's even a real business, but sounds like it'd be a cool business to visit. So it's going to run it through your AI engine. This takes anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds, depending on the complexity of your prompt, the engine, and of course your internet connection. So here is
Look
the
at how
Facebook ad
easy
copy.
that was.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So again, but this is just a simple tool. This is exciting if it's the first time you're seeing it. What I'm excited about is a prompt chaining. I think that is like the future of AI tools, especially
Okay,
if you're the one controlling it.
show
But
us that magic. First of
okay,
all, did you guys think this was amazing? And how easy it was? And you can have it forwarded to a domain so that it's 100% white labeled. Yes, Mr.
yes.
Glover.
Yes. So yes. So before I jump into the prompt chaining, as Molly said, you can embed this tool anywhere. So you can embed it. You can change the layout with. Very soon you'll also have white label URLs. So if you don't even want to embed it, you can just send someone a link to the tool. You're able to do that. Personally, I like to embed it because I like to control what's on the page. So if I need to add additional instruction on top of the form or below the form, or a call to action or something like that, you're able to do that. If you do decide to embed the form, you also have the theme builder. So again, like I said earlier, some people are actually using these as lead magnets, and they're really dopamine clicks. I've heard a user call them that, because instead of getting a download for a ebook or something static, you're actually giving somebody something dynamic. Like I've seen somebody that is in the gym niche, fitness niche, and helps gyms get more leads. They've built a Build My Workout AI widget that they embed on the gym owner's website. So they're collecting all this potential member information. It spits out a workout plan, and then they get added to a workflow in HighLevel. So it's a win-win-win for everybody, because everybody's,
I
it's
see
valuable.
a question that came in, which I think would be super helpful. So one of the things
Yep.
we love to do with our just straight in chat GPT is create tables. Is it able to create tables as a response, or is that not something that we can do?
Yes. So you are able to tell it to generate it's a HTML like chart. It's not the cleanest, I'll admit, but that is something we are working in our roadmap, where we have a rich output that can generate
Oh,
tables exactly like ChatGPT. So we are working on that
cool.
UI. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is here and she's like fancy. So that's a fancy person question. She's doing really
Awesome.
cool things.
Yeah. I mean, and like I'll also show an example on how we built a calculator, like a ROI calculator. How a lot of coaches are also building quizzes and a tool that follows a specific formula, or a what's it called, as you see in school a lot, a rubric that follows a
Oh
rubric,
yeah.
and will judge the answers and spit out like a specific output. But I'll show that. I promise I'll show that too. So, okay. So let's jump back into the prompt builder. Okay. So the first step is generating a Facebook ad copy. We're going to add another prompt step,
Can
and
you
we
actually
are
can you just explain what you mean by chaining prompts?
right. Right. Yeah. So I'm assuming everybody on this call is at least familiar with ChatGPT. If you're
Yes,
not,
yes,
then
yes.
okay, awesome,
Okay.
awesome. Okay, so yeah, just like a ChatGPT response, right? You start with the first step. Hey, I need help writing my emails. Can you help me? ChatGPT responds with yes, and then it's going to ask you what's the theme of the email you need, and you're going to respond with your business name, and then it's going to output the email, and then you can continue to have a conversation with this AI engine back and forth to
So
refine or
let me
to
just
do.
show an example of what
Yeah,
this would look like
sure,
inside,
sure.
inside ChatGPT. So I'm going to turn your screen off for just a
Yep,
moment.
yep. Go ahead.
Okay. So in here, we did this actually during our Sales Stars call on Tuesday in our mastermind. I said, like, can you please make a list of problems Jerry Lynn's ideal clients experience when trying to have more time with their family. So it made this list of problems. From there, then we say, thank you, apparently. Thank you. Right? Please create a sub problem for each of these main problems and put them in this thing. So then it did this. Then it's like, great. Now please create this next thing, right? So it's telling us all, it's building upon each response. So we
Right.
ask ChatGPT to do something for us, it gives us an answer, then we come up with a new prompt based on that answer. So that would be like prompt chaining, correct?
Correct. 100%. That's the exact definition of prompt chaining.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Can you
Awesome.
share your screen again? Because I messed up and accidentally kicked yours off, which I didn't mean to do.
No worries. No worries.
Sorry. Okay, so
All
are
right.
you saying that FormWise can actually do this prompt chaining behind the scenes?
Correct. Correct. So I'm going to add a few steps to this tool specifically. So on the first step, we're telling it to generate the Facebook ad copy. Okay. So,
Okay.
and then I'm going to just hit plus on the prompt, and it's going to add another step. So
It's
in this
almost like
step,
Zapier, the way that it works on the back end. I love it.
correct. And it's, again, guys, it's all, there's no code involved. There's no, we are going to try to de-jargonify the app, because in
You
the
just made
beginning,
that up.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I just made that.
Jargonify is like Ai-ify. You should trademark Jargonify like we're trademarking Ai-ify.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, our end goal is to make it as easy as possible to deploy all these use cases. So, okay, so I don't know if everybody saw that, but I added another prompt. So now I'm going to add a new prompt to run the previous AI response into. So I'm going to say, I need you to help me come up with a email newsletter copy for my business. Please use the copy below as inspiration. Or I could have really just told it, use this Facebook ad and turn this Facebook ad into email newsletter. So yeah, prompt engineering does matter. So that is a option. So we're gonna do step one. So we're gonna pull in step one. This is the AI response from step one. So that's all I need to do.
I'm very excited about this.
So we're gonna do. We're just gonna name this prompt Facebook to email AI or something like that. If I need to use this in the future again, save the personality, and we're going to do the display title. Here's the email version. Okay, we're going to publish. We're going to go back to our preview page, refresh. Just going to do another quick one. Joe's ice cream and surf shop.
Molly, you can tell what's on his mind, right?
I've never been surfing, but yeah.
The ice cream
The
part.
ice cream is
Okay. We are a surf shop in Venice Beach, and we have a grand opening on October 31st. Okay, so we're just going to hit generate. And now it's not just going to generate the ad copy, it's also going to generate the email newsletter. But I'm not telling it to generate the email newsletter from scratch. I'm telling it to build on top of the previous AI response, which we will see here in just a second. Take it.
Yeah, this is maybe not being technical. This is the fun part where you get to see an output and then you get to see another output
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
Oh, so it's going to show them all stacked together like that.
Correct. Yep.
Super cool.
Right. Because us as marketers, of course, I still use ChatGPT, but if I know I have some ChatGPT flows where I'm trying to build a customer avatar, and then the welcome series for that, and then the nurture series, and then the feature series, and then the, no-show series.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to build a tool where I just plug in my client's information. So it spat out the Facebook ad copy. And then it made it,
Yeah, that's a good one.
and then it gave me the email version of it that I can just plug and play. Now, if you're a Go High Leveler, then you're probably familiar with custom fields. You could also tell the prompt to, insert your custom fields or your custom values in the prompt. So instead of hello subscriber, it would use the custom field inside of Go High Level.
And
Not
so
sure if
how does it connects straight through from here to that custom field? How does that work?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So it really just comes down to the prompt because the good thing about the first name, last name, phone, all the, like all of the regular customer identifiers inside of Go High Level, they all use the same custom field label. So
Yes.
all you would need to do is just basically tell it, please use, and I think it's, I might be incorrect. Let me see. I think it's this one right here. Contact
However they write the
first.
custom field or
Yeah.
however you've written it. Okay, yeah.
So it'd be something like that. Please use as the field name variable. Oh, I spelled that variable for the person's first name. And it would use that inside of the
But
prompt. So I
how
could
does
run that.
it connect to show me that later. Show us that later, how it
Yeah.
actually connects to high
Oh,
level.
okay. Okay. Yeah. So if you wanted to actually connect this to high level, we would need to
We
send
just do
this
it with a
through a
webhook. Okay,
webhook.
okay,
Yes. Yes.
cool.
So we would go workflow
Don't
and
worry
we'd
about that
update.
today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But I'll still show what like a tool set looks like in high level. I'm going to pull up my high level and I'm going to show you guys how I implemented it to our users.
Okay.
So I think that'll be good to show as well. But yeah, so guys, again, you can add unlimited prompt change steps. So if you needed to start the first one with, again, building an avatar or building the customer pain points, or think Molly, you have your specific framework that works really well. You can start every single copy tool if you decided to build a copy tool that way.
Always
Now,
start with the tree of beliefs because that's what we always start. If anyone who's in the content club knows, we always start with the tree of beliefs to begin with, like for the things that we're doing. So it's based on the buying beliefs, and then everything else can cascade from there.
yes. So I'm going to show you a brand specific, client specific actually tool I made the other day for a fitness franchise actually. And fitness franchises are really iffy about like brand voice, and especially the person that we work with is very big on not having stiff copy, like stiff sounding copy. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to make you an email newsletter generator that writes the copy exactly how you want it. So this is actually a tool I have embedded in their portal to,
Okay.
get access to us, send us messages, see billing. And this is also a thing I made for them, again, just so they could basically write their emails quickly in a copy that they like. So I am basically asking theme of the email, and I'm just asking them what the call to action is.
Super easy.
Right. And here on the prompt builder, let me show you all the steps I have because I just have a few steps. I have 3. So I'm telling it, basically it's a little bit more robust, but I'm telling it, I need you to act as my email copywriter. You are the email copywriter for UBX Larchmont, a boxing inspired fitness center located in Larchmont, New York. And then I tell it a little bit about the business. Below is the theme of the email and the call to action I wish to use. Please write everything at a 6th grade level reading comprehension. Be simple, cheeky, casual, but be mature and professional. We are a business. Do not make your copy stiff and generic like a template. So I'll give you guys a little prompt engineering hack. If you want to give it like an example of what you want, literally give it an example of
Well,
what you
that's
want.
cool.
So I'm basically telling it an example of unstiff copy would be, it's UBX large font and there's some big news you need to know about, instead of hey there and then like the generic stiff copy. And then for high level, because they use high level, telling it to use contact first name variable to refer to their first name, write everything in first person. Lastly, add this as a signature, and then I'm plugging in my theme and call to action. And I'm using GPT-4 for this one. So I can show you this one in action. It actually generates some awesome copy. But
Yeah.
but then on the second step, I'm telling it to give me a generation Z conversational tone variation of the email copy below. So they're getting a basically one copy and then a Gen Z variation. And then lastly, I'm telling it to write the copy in under 250 characters so I can send it via text. So let's actually test this tool out just to show you guys how this looks like and how it spits out this copy, because this is not going to be copy. You could, obviously it's the same engine, you could get ChatGPT to do it, but you would first have to start by telling ChatGPT about your business, about like your goals and everything, and this tool is basically encapsulating that entire conversation into a single tool. So let's try this out. Let's do members only Halloween party. That's a theme, and the call to action is going to be become a member. We're going to generate the large font email copy, and we are going to see what it gives us here. This would be a good example because, again, this is brand specific. It's following a specific voice and tone. Later, Molly, I don't know if you want me to get into the data sources. That just enhances everything.
Yeah, so I just sent Sean a sneaky message. How much time do you have? Because I had blocked us a little extra time today than usual, but I just want to make sure. Are you okay on time?
Yeah,
we got time.
Okay.
Yes, we got time.
Awesome.
I got time.
I know this is like, we're getting kind of into the nitty gritty, but I think this is super helpful for those people who really want to build stuff like this. And then on our Content Club call, we can dive deeper into like how to actually customize this for you. But for everybody here to be able to see what's possible with the tool, if you guys want to be able to see more, just type more in the chat. Because I think the more we can actually see what's possible, then I got you. I'll help put it back into order for your brain. But I think if we can see it all, it's really, really helpful.
Molly, I got a quick one I should have asked in the beginning. What percentage of your audience are high levelers versus outside of high level, just for context?
That would be a great question to ask. I'd say it's probably, if I was going to guess, like 25 to 75. We're just starting to release our high level stuff, very slowly within our programs. So if you're using high level or Star Funnels, whatever version of it, just say hi in the chat.
Yeah, say hi or drop a one.
Or GHL. Yes, perfect.
Drop
it may be 50%.
high level. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah, go to Molly for anything high level. She probably has an awesome offer, and if you don't know what high level is, you're missing out. Speak to Molly about that. Awesome. Okay, so so email copy. Yeah, so made this cool email copy. Again, following that brand tone, like tone and theme, and plugging in. Again, this is for a specific business, so it's already plugging in the studio manager. It's plugging the address. It knows a little bit about the business, and and this is ready to go. I mean, this is great copy. And then here's a second.
Good. Even if you're just but even if you're a solopreneur who needs more help to do this, it just makes, even if you have the templates and you copy and paste them, and guess what, y'all, if you're in Star Funnels, we're building out all of our templates are going to be in this full toolkit. Could you actually, I think the toolkit side of things would be so great for people to be able to see.
Yes, that is the next thing I'm going to show. So, okay, so we have, again, this spat out the variation, and then it spat out the variation of the copy in SMS format. Now, again, the reason it says contact first name is because I told it to use as a variable, because when I copy this and I put this in my CRM is going to autofill this with that person's name. So
that makes more sense. Duh. Okay, I thought you meant that it would pull it into the actual response. Thank you.
No, soon that will be. That's Q4.
Okay,
that is
makes
coming.
Perfect sense.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. All right. So now let's jump into tool sets, which, guys, honestly, this is the one that has really exploded FormWise's growth, because I've seen so many cool use cases with tool sets. So let's just say you've already built your little portfolio of AI tools. Could be copy tools, could be tools that help you do some administrative tasks, write your emails, all the good stuff. You're then able to click on tool sets tab here on the left side. And depending on the plan, you can build anywhere from 1 to unlimited tool sets. I already have one built, but I'm going to just do a new one here. We're going to do new tool set, and I'm just going to call this tool set example. And I'm going to hit next.
And there's templates for all of these different tools as well, which if you're like, I don't even know what I would put in here, we'll help you with that. But look at this magic here.
Yes, there are templates. There's over 70 templates already sort of pre-built. Again, Molly could probably help you build some more awesome tools. So a lot of these templates are like starter, so you can load them in and you can customize them further. So if you need to make them brand specific, this is a great starting point. So yes, there's a ton of templates in here already, and we're always adding more as well. So let me show you. Okay, so we're gonna skip this, and again, let's just say that you've already built 10 tools that you want to show in one place. So the reason we built tool sets is because we had a lot of users iframing and embedding a
Like
bunch of
multiple
tools
tools.
on one page, which
Yeah.
was great, but it load and take forever to load because you're not supposed to embed that many things on one page. So we made tool sets. Tool sets is super fast. So I'm going to show you what a tool set looks like. And this tool set, actually this tool set isn't going to have anything in it. So but it is here in just a minute. So this is what a tool set looks like. Has nothing in it because I've not selected any of my tools to appear. So you can control what tools appear on your tool set. So let's just say I want my workout plan one, I want my AI travel advisor, I want my teaching quiz planner, and I want my rap song lyrics generator. So I can make one of those ClickFunnels videos, rap music videos.
That's coming, by the way,
Yeah.
for us.
So okay, so I have 4 tools in here. So let me refresh and I'll show you what this looks like in here. So if I wanted to share with someone, whether it's my user, my coaching client, or just for my team for fulfillment, because maybe you have tools that do the fulfillment, you're able to share your tools in one place. And whenever you use the actual tool, the AI response is going to pop up here on the right. Now, what makes these special though is the tool sets, guys, you're able to embed this anywhere. So we have users using WordPress to gate this. We have users using Wix to gate this, UpCoach, Square. I mean, like all sorts of login environments. So you're able to gate and monetize the tools. Now, what I find it funny, and I still see this all the time, I get ads about, hey, we're selling 500 ChatGPT prompts you can use to grow your business. And when you go buy them, they're selling them too for expensive, sometimes hundreds of dollars. But all it is a Google sheet with ChatGPT prompts. It's not something actionable. You still have to go in and copy paste and put them in ChatGPT. And oftentimes they're of very poor quality because they're
They're
just variations.
junk. And then you end up with 1,000 prompts that you're not actually going to use.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah. So again, I see no reason why somebody should buy prompts when you can again build or get access to, or again, you're taking credit for this at the end of the day. Whether you're telling your clients that you're using ChatGPT or not, or you built your own AI tool, which honestly you did. It's your prompt, it's your proprietary data. If you decide to layer it with a data source, I mean, these are AI tools you built. We're just the wrapper. That's all it is. But you take
And
full
this really
credit.
goes back to the whole like Ai-ify your business thing. If we're in the info marketing space, if we're in the coaching or consulting space or a service-based industry, you're helping people with your knowledge and your expertise. By productizing your knowledge and your expertise, it's a complete differentiator because you're not just selling a template, you're giving them something that actually generates the results that they want.
Exactly. Yeah, and basically, guys, again, this tool set can be embedded anywhere. So I'm gonna show you how I have it in my CRM, which this is just a CRM. So I'm gonna jump into my AI tools suite tab here, and HighLevel is notoriously slow. So okay, there we go. So this is a tool set I built in FormWise. As you can see, there's no FormWise branding in here because my users that use my CRM have access to the tools in here that are customized. All these are customized. All these are proven prompts that I'm comfortable giving my end users. And it's going to help them with their business, whether they're trying to build a marketing campaign, or if they're trying to if they're a real estate agent and they need a property brochure description, or they're a coach and they need to build a quiz for their students, or whatever it may be. I am always adding tools in here to help them with their business.
And then
Now,
this is all gated, so it's not like someone can just share it. It's inside your HighLevel system or whatever it is that you're doing. If you have something that's password protected, you put it on the back end of the password protected thing.
yes, and I'm actually going to share an example here. We actually did this. Let's see, and Actually, Molly, if you can pull up video scripts, I'll kind of talk about it with you.
Oh, yeah. What's
Yeah,
the website for that?
it should be just videoscripts.ai. This was a workshop I did earlier last month. And basically, all it is a WordPress site that is gating a tool set using a
It is
few
a
plugins.
really good one, though. I totally forgot about it, actually.
Yeah, video scripts plural.ai. Videoscripts.ai.
And it's all like, how good does this look? And it's all made with FormWise. But
Correct.
yeah, so talk about it.
Yeah, so all this is a WordPress site. It's using a Gravity Forms and Stripe plugin. And I don't even know what theme it is, but you guys are probably better web designers. As much as Molly's saying this is awesome, I think there's probably some awesome designers here on this call. But
and then they can get a test of it on the bottom. So like they can test out the tool on the bottom. And then if they log in, it has all of these different video scripts they can do, which is they're all built in these little modular things, which is just taking, if you're already teaching like in Show Up with Video, we've had video templates for years. So this is this is one of the aspects that we're adding into Star Funnels, but also into Social Sales Stars, is all of those templates that you guys have. We have tools that we're releasing next week for each of them.
Yep. And guys, like I've seen people monetize their tool set, especially if you have an audience that's niched, if you have like a very vertical industry you're working in, you can build AI tools and you can be, like Molly said at the beginning, a Jasper.ai for your use case or for your industry. That's the really exciting part about this. It really doesn't matter what you're getting it with. WordPress is just easy because a lot of people use WordPress, but you can use any type of coaching platform. HighLevel is one we recommend. WordPress is another one we recommend because it's very easy to deploy. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is super easy to set up. All it is a Stripe and Gravity Forms plugin. When they purchase the subscription, they get access to a page where your tool set is embedded. That's
And
all
so
it is.
that page then is gated so that you can't just share that page because they'd have to log in to view that page.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yep.
Amazing.
And yeah, and then I'll share another thing as well
I saw one other question that came through on how you turn on dark mode. So that's just in the settings and the theme there. Like I have a theme on mine that is TPP. That's like my basic one. And I always like a black background. ChatGPT told me that when it changed something to a black background, it said, oh, that's such a great idea. It's like putting your widget in a tuxedo. Because it was like black background with white text.
Right. No, yeah.
Like
I mean, so themes for tool sets, I think is coming out next week. Themes for individual tools, you can themify it up. That's another
You
thing we
can't
need.
do a dark background on a tool set as of right now, just on the individual ones.
Yes, not as of right now. We're probably 7 days for the theme builder for tool sets, so you'll be able to change a ton of different colors and fonts. Also, is something we're also working on. So the UI, eventually, people won't even know it's on FormWise. That's the whole goal. It's like the GHL. You don't want to know people know you're using GHL. So yeah, and then the other thing to sort of add safety so people don't somehow steal your tool and they're like they end up using it. Like let's just say you accidentally share the link. Well, you can actually have the domain permissions on and the tool will only work where you're embedding it.
Oh
It
yeah,
won't
I've
work
seen that
anywhere else.
before.
So that's also a safety feature in there. That way you don't have to worry about, oh man, my tool's out there in the wild. People are using it. They're using up my API. And then speaking of API keys, so
I have a question about that. I have like 3 questions.
Yeah.
And I see Phyllis's question too. So keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. So all the tools are powered by one API key, which is your account API key. But
So let's hold on. We got to slow down then. So not everybody knows what that, like, this is where I realized I broke everyone's brain on our call because not everyone was aware in our community of what the API key is. So what this is inside ChatGPT, you can go to OpenAI and you can create your own little piece of code that means when the letters are being written by ChatGPT, it's not coming from where you pay $20 a month for that. It's actually you're paying per token. So there is a very, very, very tiny cost for these, but it really is like the same way that Jasper set this up in the beginning, where they had a direct integration with OpenAI. If you don't know, that's what was happening. Like this is what you can do. You have your own direct integration with OpenAI. The big question that came up on our community is, and I did not do this research before teaching this, so I take full responsibility. Is there, on different levels of FormWise, are there different levels of access where you don't need an API, or do you always need to use your API?
Yes. So on our creator plan, you don't need an API key. We will eat up to 1,500 live AI responses. So
Okay,
that's,
so if the, I'm just going to show this really quick. If the API piece freaks you out and you just want to try it to get started, you can go and use this creator plan. What are the other limitations there? Because I was teaching things about the pro plan, and then some people were like, it doesn't work on mine. So what, can you just explain the difference between this? And this is not about like selling you guys a tool. This is legitimately, we have access to, hello, the team there, and I get really excited so we can get real answers.
Yeah, it's okay. So the creator plan, which every single plan has a unlimited component. You can build unlimited tools on the creator plan. You get one tool set. The only thing we limit, really, the two big things is you only get 1,500 AI responses, and that's because you don't need to provide your API key.
Okay.
And then the other limitation is we don't give access to GPT-4
Okay.
on the creator plan, and you don't get prompt training. So that's really the only thing. But you really do get the taste of most of the platform on the creator plan, especially if it's your first time wrapping prompts, taking a prompt and turning it into a tool.
So I think it's a great place for you to start to just kind of play with it and then see what you
Mhm.
can do. And you can so easily monetize this on the other side with the $99 version. But if you try it with the creator plan, you'll at least kind of get to know how it works. Can you also, the 16K access, can you just explain what that means on the, I know you
Yes.
kind of did a little bit earlier, but.
Yeah. So the 16K access is a engine that is available also on the Pro plan. That one is for outputting very large articles. So we have a lot of people building very bespoke and customized SEO tools that basically do keyword research first and build blog titles, and then start to write the blog title, the entire article of each blog title in each subsequent prompt change step. Kind of advanced use case, but that engine supports larger outputs. So usually, on average, a GPT-4 engine or a 3.5 turbo one will output up to 1,200 words. But for SEO use cases or people that are needing to create very large documents
Like writing a book
using,
or something?
yeah, exactly. Yes. Like I actually have a user who built a whole author suite to writing your book, and he has a tool set where it writes a back cover stuff. It helps them edit the book in many different ways, and yes, it'll help write the book and start the theme of the story and so on and so forth. I actually have a
Amazing.
children's story generator AI tool here.
Cool.
But yeah, the 16K engine is going to support that because that is a large output, and you need a basically a stronger engine for that, and that's what that is.
Amazing.
So
I saw
SEO
we had
people love it. SEO people love it.
Awesome. We had another question come through also about Phyllis is asking if she wanted to create a weekly meditation that's sent. Is there a way that you can do something so that it's sent weekly, or is it they would just come in and what, maybe like you could do something where someone like, what do you want support with this week? And they come in like, what would you love to be feeling as you head into this work week? They go to it and then they input what they want to be feeling, and then they get their new meditation for the week that's
Mhm.
customized to them.
Yes, that is possible. We did have somebody like in the faith niche
Uh-huh.
that would, input, how they're feeling, what would make
Okay.
you feel better, and then it does give customized sort of advice and a specific prayer. I've seen that built.
And I actually was talking to, so top secret information. Can I share top secret information?
Let's do
Yes.
it.
Okay. Some of you know secretly, Justin Guarini. Do you know who he is?
Justin.
Justin Guarini, number 2 on the first American Idol.
Okay,
He's
Yes,
like
yes.
amazing and a big deal. He and I are launching a podcast together called the Confidence Thing Podcast. So get excited about it.
Uh-oh.
And today we were playing around with Cassandra. You're going to be obsessed with this. Cassandra's here right now. We were playing around with creating prompts that help to identify good songs for people. So I said, please give me a list of funny musical theater songs for Sopranos, and ChatGPT did. So you could create a whole tool that's like an audition toolkit that gives people the right song for their voice type and the energy they want to convey.
Wow.
Oh my God. that reminds me of the wine trip and recipe recommender tool I made in here.
Oh,
Again,
yes.
I just did it as an example, but same thing. Like, say you owned a vineyard for some reason, and if you do, please
Wine
invite me.
and ice cream. You are
Yeah.
speaking my love language. It's good.
So like this is something you could build for your vineyard business or your vineyard client or something like that. Embed it on their website, collects full name, email, where are you going, and on the prompt builder on the back end, I'm telling it to generate wine recommendations, trip recommendations. I'm telling it to pair some food to the wines that recommended me in the first prompt, and then I'm telling it to give me the recipes for the foods it's recommending in the previous step. And then I'm sending this to a webhook in Go High Level, which is a little bit. It's not advanced. If you don't go High Level, it's super easy. But basically, the use case for this lead magnet is a dynamic lead nurture workflow, and what that means is basically I'm sending the wine recommendations on day one. I'm sending the trip recommendations on day two. I'm sending the things to pair the wines with on day three, and this is all being sent via a workflow and Go High Level, and it's all done automated. So to the point, if you wanted to create a tool where I just fill it out and then it updates the custom field to an email that's going to be scheduled in Go High Level or Mailchimp, then yeah, you could easily do that. Actually,
Amazing. So the way that they like, if someone was going to use this as a lead magnet, and I see that we've got people who have clients that have wineries and like all of that, Melissa is so awesome. If someone wanted to use this as a lead magnet, how do you automate the piece where it's moving from like where it's actually grabbing their email address and then adding that to your specific CRM?
Yeah. I can show how it's done in Go High Level, if you'd like me to. It just depends where the end source is going to be.
Yeah.
So if you're not using Go High Level, it's okay because you can just use Zapier to catch all the raw data that is being generated in FormWise, just like you would with Typeform or Google Forms, Zaps. You would basically catch everything that FormWise is generating, including the data that your user is entering, and then you can just map it inside of Mailchimp, map it inside of HubSpot, or wherever you're wanting this data at.
Great.
So for example, it's super easy for us Go High Level people because Go High Level has the workflow trigger where you can catch a webhook and then I can map basically Sean to Sean or create a contact if Sean's not in my Go High Level account,
Yep.
and map his email, and then add this as a custom field, and then all the AI responses I'm also going to add and save to that contact as custom fields. So next time I send an email to him, or if I have a workflow nurture, I can pull in that custom field in my template, and it's all being sent automatically. And Sean thinks I'm actually writing a email with wine recommendations I researched for him, and he has no idea.
It's seriously amazing. I know we have some questions that are coming in. I don't, if you have like, do you have like 15 more minutes? That's what I had put on.
I do.
Okay.
We got it.
Absolutely.
And if, okay, we have some questions that are coming in. I would love it if you wanted to show just for our members to see how the high level integration works, because I think it's a little technical for those of you that are not using high level, but I think that would be cool just to show how it works.
Absolutely.
And then I don't know if you had anything specific you wanted to share.
Sure. Let me pull up my location for FormWise.
And while you're doing that, Rico's asking, can you segment the responses? For example, ask customers how soon they're looking to do something in 3 days, 2 months, etc. I think you could have that, Rico, as one of the answers they put, because you can do multiple choice. It doesn't have to be
right.
Just open-ended questions. It can be multiple choice if you know you want them to make a specific answer.
Yes. So you are, yeah, exactly. And that's also a good point too, because of course, you can collect people's inputs with just fields. But yes, if you did want to do it multiple choice, like for example, do you have kids? And we could, yes, no. And then we just add in the prompt, you'd have to get creative. Hey, below is the answer if they have kids or not. If they do have kids, please only recommend family-friendly vineyards. And then the other,
Amazing.
yeah, and then the other things as well. If you did have like a Chamber of Commerce PDF or even a list of wines, I think, because I don't know. Yeah, we are recommending wines. So say the vineyard had a PDF of like wine specifically to that vineyard, you could just go in here and you could simply add it as a data source. Now, I don't have a list of wines, unfortunately, but you could totally do that. So here's just
Wait, actually, wait, hold on. Can you just go back to that really quick? Because I think this is, and I know we're kind of going into a lot of stuff here. I'm just super grateful to have you share this.
Sure.
So if you don't use a data source on this, it will pull information just from ChatGPT, which could be correct or could not be correct.
Correct. I mean, most of the time, if it's geographical things, works well. Like I actually live in LJ, Georgia, and all
But
of
if
these
a winery
vineyards.
is brand new,
Correct.
it's
Yes.
not going to know about it. So if you have, let's say you have a list of tools that you want to recommend, I could take every live streaming tool, write a data set, like write a document about this tool is great for this type of person, this tool is great for this type of person, this tool is great for this type of person, load that in as a data source, and then it can pull from that data source, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. 100%. Yep. And now, like that's like the trifecta. It is your prompt training. Well, you built the tool. You're prompt training, and now you're layering that tool with your own proprietary data. It is basically the most robust thing you can get. Now we're working on another thing that would add like a level 4. Don't know if I should share it, but I'll go ahead and share it. We're working on dynamic data sources. So if you want to add like a website URL that is constantly updating, maybe a status page, an MLS page, or just your website, if your website constantly updates, then the tool can be powered by your URL or your dynamic data source. That way you don't have to update, like for example, as Molly said, or like if I had like a list of vineyards of 2023.
And it would consistently pull from that data source?
Yes, that's coming soon. I hope Justin's not on this call.
Okay, I knew we would get secrets. You guys, I told you if you stayed with us, we'd get secrets.
You weren't supposed to drop that, but he's already let it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it in Slack later, but that is something we're working on. So wine recommendations, trip recommendations. It's gonna pair the wines. Remember, I'm calling back based on the list of wines from step 1. Gave me some potential food pairings. If I go back to the thing, it's giving me a list of food based on the wines it gave me on step 1. And then lastly, it's telling me how to cook the food it just freaking recommended. And this is all done. All I had to do is input where I was going in my full name and email. That's all I did. And now I got this incredible lead magnet. What chamber of commerce, what vineyard's not going to want this? This is like the best lead magnet ever. It's not just hey, download this guide. No, this is way more specific.
I love it. Amazing. Okay.
Okay. So let's jump into HighLevel if you want. And we'll go ahead and do the
I love this comment from Melissa. Wow, that is my word for this hour.
And
I love this question also. Will it also perform the songs for us? I don't know. I think that's
no, it won't cook for you. It won't sing for you. But we did make a rap tool to where you can create your own rap songs
for you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't hold my breath because OpenAI does have a whisper API, which translates
don't
everything.
Even go down to
so,
that. Down the road, don't even say nothing.
If we get enough requests, we'll build it where you can actually make music. I'm just playing. Okay, so this is okay, and guys, don't worry if you're a high leveler. This is all in our knowledge base. It's super easy. It's just like building a workflow. So our friends over at HighLevel actually implemented this tool. We asked for it for a long time, and then a lot of people in the community also asked for it. We've upvoted it, and that is the inbound webhook trigger. So if you add a trigger inside of your workflow, this is what it looks like. So I already have it on, so I can't add it right now, but it's called inbound webhook. Whenever you add it, it's going to generate what's called a URL webhook address. So we're just going to copy that. And then we can jump into our tool. And on the bottom right, we have webhook. If it's off, then it won't send the data. But if it's on, it will. And we just paste that in there. So once we paste that in there, and we run a test.
Everybody understands the way that works, because we use webhooks a lot, but I know not everybody knows. This is pulling, that code was generated inside HighLevel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it's pulling that code from HighLevel, from that workflow, saying, hey, just like Zapier works, but this is like more specific. It's pulling it straight, and you don't have, depending on what level of HighLevel you have, you don't have to pay your bajillion dollar Zapier bill that I have. which I just paid yesterday for the year. And I was like, ugh. So, it pulls that little piece of code, which then tells FormWise to communicate with HighLevel.
Correct.
Amazing.
Yep. And basically what will be sent to that workflow, let me show you like a live response here on the back end, like the one I just did. So basically what's going to be sent parsed into the workflow is going to be the user response, which is Sam at Gmail, Napa Valley. And then on the right, it's going to also send each prompt change step. So these are all individual prompt change steps.
Amazing.
So when I go into my workflow, I think this example one wasn't the wine one. It was actually the build my workout one. So I sent it to the workflow. You're going to run a test, and then you're going to save the trigger, and then HighLevel is going to open this action on its own, and then this is where you go ahead and map the actual field. So it's really easy to map, and I can't believe it. I need to backspace actually, and I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, so you would just hit the little.
If you take that out, like if you select it, you can just type over the top of it.
Yes, I should do. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Molly. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the little tag button. You don't need to worry about this. You just hit the little tag button. You do inbound webhook trigger, and then you can pull in anything you want. You can pull in the form data, which on that tool, I think I was collecting email, their fitness goals and restrictions, and then the AI response, which I had, I think, 2 steps. It was generating a workout, and it was also generating a grocery list. So I can pull those in, and I can map those into my custom field. So for this one, super easy. I just need to go
This
to
is
inbound
so
webhook,
cool.
form data,
In case of like sending
email.
someone a specific 5-day email series that just literally, it's new stuff that it's writing for them. Every email is based on whatever they actually put in that form.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. That's the whole idea behind at least this use case, because you could also text it to them if you wanted to. So now that you finish this 2 part, this is working on its own. Now you can just do and send emails and texts or whatever you want for your end user. So I'm sending this via email. Now I'm lazy and I'm not very design focused. So you could do a much better job than me, but I just said, here's your build your workout routine or whatever. But you could totally use a template. I mean, HighLevel has a lot of cool templates. But yeah, and you just put it in there like a custom field, because this is the AI response of the first prompt change step. And then
Amazing.
I'm waiting 3 days, and then I'm sending the grocery list. Here's your grocery list. But again, it's specific to that user on what they filled out. Like if they said, well, I have a gluten restriction, or I can't eat seafood, or whatever food restriction they have, well, their grocery list is going to be specific to them. Their workout routine is going to be specific to them if they put they have a knee injury. Because that's, I think, what this tool is doing, is creating a customized build my workout plan and a grocery list. So
This is so amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Molly, this changes the onboarding game really quickly.
Totally.
yes, it does. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And again, I consider myself pretty well versed in HighLevel, but if you're a HighLevel wizard, my gosh, I've seen some people create entire snapshots, and they will update every custom value in the snapshots with FormWise, with just have their client fill out a form, and boom, they're onboarded. So
It's amazing. Okay.
So
I know we only have like 7 minutes left, and this has been so awesome. Just to prove how easy this is, while we were doing this, I built a brand new tool behind the scenes. Can I show you what I built?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is it
Just to
rap generator?
show my crazy multitasker. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. Elizabeth Godey is going to love this because we talked about this a lot. So the first step in our Sales Stars program is to create your vision, to really get clear about your dream life and what you would love to have happen in the world. So we have a Google Doc that we use for this, where people fill out these things on a Google Doc. Now, one other thing I think that this can be really great for is actually convincing your people to do the shiz they're supposed to do inside your programs. Because if you knew that by answering these questions, you'd have a full story that was a really deep representation of your vision, of your dream, maybe you would be more likely to do it. So I'm going to show you what I created. And because I'm really big about making sure that I'm never asking our clients to do something that I wouldn't do myself, when I was on a flight back from Portugal recently, I didn't have Wi-Fi and I redid my vision. So I had all the answers already that I could copy and paste. Okay. So in here, what is your email address? What's the big transformation? And literally, I created all of this while we were on this call, because in our program, we have this vision map that has all these questions on it. And I literally just copied it. Oh, you can't see it. But this is our vision map that you guys have in the program. And I literally just copied and pasted everything that we do in there. So easy. Okay. The big transformation. What's the big transformation you'd love to see in the world? What's the impact you'd love to make? And so I wrote here, like, this is a big transformation I want to make. The environment. What would I love? High ceilings, space, plants, art, beauty. Like, I'm not even writing complete sentences. I'm just like brain dumping what I would love. Self-love. I wake up and move. I enjoy the slow things. I swim, espresso. I know that's not slow, but you know what I mean? Water, celery juice, whatever. Like the things that would make me happy for what I would love. Relationships. I'm grateful for date night once a week, family night once a week. The dream business. This is like what I would have in my business. Let's see. I haven't actually done it yet, but let's
Here we go.
Okay. If it breaks, it's because I made it too complicated.
Live. So, this is live.
Okay.
Here we go.
When I did it before, I really hope it works. When I did it before, I accidentally had the mapping wrong because I put a space in the names and then it broke.
Oh, I see. Yes. And I think that book should be. Sure.
This is what I had done is I had written big space transformation and then it didn't do that. But it looks like it's okay now. And I published it. It worked. Okay. I wake up to the gentle rays of the morning streaming through the windows of my spacious, airy bedroom. As I stretch and yawn, I'm filled with a sense of gratitude for the life I have created. Today is the day in my dream life, a life filled with purpose, joy, and abundance. I start my day by moving my body, embracing the slow, deliberate movements that bring me peace and clarity. A refreshing swim in my own private pool invigorates my senses, while the aroma of freshly brewed espresso fills the air. Sipping on my favorite beverages, all of this. Amazing.
This is awesome. Yeah.
And then can I show you something that's like even crazier? Okay. Is this okay if I'm being like a total crazy person?
Do it.
Okay. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into 11 Labs.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to use Whisper Molly, which is like my ASMR voice. Okay. But I can listen to myself saying this every day. You may not be able to hear Whisper Molly because it's quiet and sometimes sharing the sound, but watch. It's going to generate
to the gentle rays of the morning sun streaming through the windows of my spacious and airy bedroom.
Wow.
As I stretch and yawn, I'm filled with a sense of gratitude for the life I have created.
I love that, Molly.
Today is a day in my dream life, a life filled with purpose, joy, and abundance.
You could do whole ebooks. I mean, audiobooks.
That's amazing.
Gosh, that is the coolest thing ever.
Look, that's
my
the
gosh.
nugget.
Awesome.
That's the nugget
Set
right
that
there.
as your morning alarm.
That's the nugget. And is that the snap? Is that your thing? The snap? What does that mean?
Apparently today it is. Yes.
Yeah. The drip, like the salt.
It is like my salt bay.
Put it over everything right there.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
The voice. So what is that? 11 Labs, you said?
It is 11 Labs. It's only $5 a month. But if Whisper API, maybe there's some way you guys can integrate with that so that like it then sends them. I don't know if 11 Labs has an API, but dude, that is amazing.
That is amazing. That's incredible.
The nugget I'm writing down right now.
Yeah. That's my nugget too. Man. Well, Molly, I really appreciate you inviting us.
I'm so grateful.
Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier, but if you ever do one again, or if you ever want to do an industry-specific one, I'm always open to clear my calendar for your audience.
Oh my gosh, this has been so awesome. And I feel like earlier I was going to try and pull up your photo and just put your photo on the screen.
Oh.
I guess that's what I was here for, so I could see this.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm so glad you were here. You should just move your mouth to pretend like you're hobby speaking.
Yeah.
They got that too. They got the AI doing that now. So I was going to add one more thing. So anybody that's still listening or if they listen to the recordings, that remember two things for FormWise. Obviously, you could use it to help you easier in your business, even if you're using HighLevel for onboarding, everything else. Number two is monetizing this in a way to where you can gate it like we showed you on VideoScripts.AI. That's a perfect example of how you could quickly monetize it and make money. So if you had a tool set that you were gating, let's just say you're charging $50 a month, 1,000 people sign up for that. That's 50,000 a month. I think that would change everybody's lives. I know it changed mine too. As an addition.
Dope. And if you add some sort of coaching element with it, and it has the members in your program, so let's say you're charging $1,000 a month for a coaching program, and they get this, which maybe we're adding this into Sales Stars, which I already told you, but like we're going to have this whole tool suite for you all, so that, like Cassandra said, she hasn't finished her vision. This is going to help her to be able to finish her vision.
Absolutely. Yeah. Coaches love this. Yeah. Yeah. Great add a additional revenue stream for coaches, for sure.
I love it. Amazing. So if you guys want to get access, just go to molly.live/FormWise. I'm so grateful that we were able to totally nerd out on all of this. This video is out here. It's in the Content Club, but it's also out here in the world for everybody to see. So you guys can get in and watch us on replay. And if you want more support, know that we are doing this whole Ai-ify training next week. If you write Ai-ify below, we'll get you access to that. And if you want a free trial of the Content Club, just type free below, and I'm happy to send you a free trial of our Content Club, where on tomorrow, even more. So I'm for you.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. No.
Thank you, Molly.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Molly. Thank you so much.
You're the best.
Awesome.
All right. We'll talk soon. Bye.